Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the shop and some two-wheeled shenanigans. This is my Razor MX 650 mini e-bike thing that I built, and I have a problem stopping. I have a stopping problem. Don't worry, I can stop anytime. So this is my cheap e-bike, and the problem that I have stopping is twofold. What just fell off? Oh, the charger. First of all, here's the front brake. It doesn't work very well. It's cable actuated, the cable is frayed, the pads are worn, all around, bad deal. Here's the rear brake. It doesn't exist. And the truly terrifying part is I've put 208 miles on the bike this way, so I probably ought to do something about that. I also probably ought to charge my speedometer and do something about it. I have. In this box, we have a set of Zoom brakes that I purchased from Lone Star Electric in the state of Texas. And these are, they're Zoom 4-piston hydraulic disc brakes with, lengths specifically for the MX bikes, and they come with these nice laser cut brake rotors as well, which appear to be a larger diameter than stock. Hang on, I've got a stock caliper around here somewhere. Yeah, significantly larger diameter. It's a larger diameter, more clamping surface area. Gerardo's good people. So, hit them up, LoneStarElectric.com. They sell these brake kits. They also sell slightly cheaper versions. I think this was $120-ish. They also sell motors and controllers, or motor upgrade kits, controllers, other stuff for these Razor bikes, throttles and whatnot. This is the only thing I bought from them. I might buy a controller later for a different project. But yeah, let's get this on the bike. And I'm going to be doing front brake on the right grip, rear brake on the left, so that if I decide that I want to learn how to wheelie, I can have my rear brake control on the left hand and throttle control on the right hand. That just seems to be how everybody sets up these Razors, and I don't want one of my friends that does this stuff, because I know my other friends who have the hydraulic brakes have them set up that way. I don't want them to get on my bike and grab a handful of the front brake and eat it. Front brakes on the front wheels on these are super goofy. These forks don't have dropouts, so you've got to remove the axle completely, which is fun because there's all sorts of spacers and stuff in here. So we got a nut and a washer, and then a spacer. Allen keys. I was just staring at them. Where'd they go? And off comes this nasty stock brake. I don't know how well you can see it, but yeah, there you go. That outer pad, or inner pad, was having a very bad time. That would explain the squeaking. I'm also just going to go ahead and get the cable out of the way here for the sake of convenience. You can see this thing is a frayed mess. This bike was kind of well used when I got it. Now we can pull that through, and now I gotta try and. I really don't want to pull. I don't want to pull the handle off of here. I'll probably just break this to get it off. There we go. So now, for the front brake, we can put the lever on. I can't put it through the guide on the fork here, so I'm just going to zip tie it to that so that this isn't flopping around. Okay, I probably cut all that out, but lever goes up there. I'm just going to zip tie this to the stock guide here. Obviously, since it's hydraulic, I can't just disconnect it and run it through there. And I believe I've got the brake mounted right. There's some Allen heads here that need tightened, and then it mounts like this with the stock hardware. Next up, I'm just going to put the rotor on. It is pretty self-explanatory. It's got a rotation arrow, goes in the same direction as the rotation arrow on the stock guy. Why does that look all beat up? I don't know. Let's get these Allens off here, get some blue Loctite on them. I guess it's not any bigger. I figured it would be bigger for some reason. Okay, new rotors on. I just noticed they actually both say that they're a diameter of 160, so I question if these rotors are necessary at all to run this brake kit, or if I could have saved a few bucks by going without. Maybe someone in the comments knows. Let's go ahead and get this on here. Wait, this says F160 R140. Does that mean the rear? Is the rear sprocket a different size? I don't know, this says 160. This is a stock rear sprocket. Oh, look at that. The stock rear sprocket is a 140. I didn't realize they were different sizes. I have no idea what I'm doing. It's a different bracket for the rear. Makes sense. So this will be dual 160 millimeter rotors instead of a 160 and 140 then, I guess? Straightforward enough. Caliper, rotor. I just got this loosely affixed here with a zip tie. The idea is just to keep it from getting into the caliper, or the tire, sorry. It still needs to move up and down a bit with the movement of the front fork. And then that goes over to the lever. And yeah, it feels good. Haven't ridden it yet to really tell for sure, but I think it is now time for the rear. It's gonna be kind of fun to route that thing through the bike. I'm not sure if I should feed the lever forward or feed the caliper back. I think that I will mount the lever first, and then I will try to snake the caliper through everything, because I can take this bracket off. You know, it's already kind of loose for alignment reasons. And that's a fairly easy shape to snake through places, so let's go that route. So the rear is annoying for a lot of reasons, one of them being the chain. There we go. So let's see, yeah, it's 219s and it's got a dropout. So as soon as I get this loose, I think it just falls out of the bike, in theory. There we go. I'll get an actual bike lift one of these days. Okay, now we pull a little plastic spacer out of the brake rotor, and we try to finagle this back into the dropouts. Honestly, this is best done with the bike on the ground, because then gravity holds it up. Now, I'm just going to loosen these screws right here up so that the caliper can move a little bit, figure out where it wants to sit, and then tighten them back down. Wow. Sure does stop the bike. Very interested to go road test this, but it's raining right now, so I need to find something else to do. Okay, I did go and ride it. It feels like a real bike now, and then I tuned it and turned off regen because regenerative braking was causing issues with the chain tensioner. When I rework the rear swing arm in the future, I might turn regen back on, but for now, none of that nonsense. But let's turn our attention to the Pook. I've been doing some carb tuning, went from a 72 to a 78 jet, then it wouldn't idle because it was too rich, so then I went down to a 76, and that feels a-okay. It does vibrate like crazy because of that missing weight in the flywheel, so I might just knock the weight out on the other side and call that good until I get a new flywheel. In the meantime, having a soft tail and rigid forks is kind of the absolute worst, so straight from Treatland, I have these nice chrome EBRs, which should bolt right up to the Pook, and I really hope they do, or rather they should bolt up to the Free Spirit, and I really hope they do, because to get these off, I'm going to have to cut them. So if you take a look here, the triple tree, which has to come off, is welded, so we're going to have to cut the triple to get the forks off. I believe what happens is you take this off, there should be some nuts here, and you undo those and the triple comes off. I guess I can check, make sure that that's how it works with these. Sure enough, off it comes. So that's what we'll have to do on the bike itself. But before we can get to that point, all the rest of this has to come off. Wiring, brakes, well, I guess the brakes don't have to come off. That has to come off. The wheel and the handlebars. Hey, I'll have a proper handlebar mount now instead of this jank. That'll be nice. So I forgot about bearings. These have bearings. All the balls fell out and went everywhere, so I went on Treatland and ordered a new set of bearings. I'm not going to be using the races. These races seem fine. I'm just going to clean them up a bit, slap these bearings on, and then I put the other races onto my new fork assembly. There is the bottom one there, top one up here. I had to Dremel them a little bit to get them to slip over. As you can see with this one, I tried heating it up with a torch to get it hot enough to slip over this stem, but that just was not possible. So yep, Dremel to the rescue. So I'm going to grease the absolute crap out of these, stick the bearings in their cages in there, and then this should be good to go on the bike. Parts arrived, including a less completely hosed flywheel. Let's see, this all looks the same. Also, somehow I lost the Woodruff keys, so I ordered 2 new Woodruff keys from Treatland, and that's how they package them, which is adorable. So let's get one of these guys out of here. One Woodruff key in the crank. It's important to get this super tight because it's the tension of the nut that actually holds the flywheel in place. The Woodruff key is just for alignment. It doesn't actually keep it from spinning. So if you don't get that tight enough, you'll just shear Woodruff keys. Fuel on. Give it a tickle. It's pretty hot out, so I'm not gonna put the clutch on, or the choke. Boo. Choke. think it. Yeah, I don't think it likes that jet holder.
It does not sound happy.
My brakes need adjusted. Yeah, let me try the other thing with the stuff. I don't remember what it's called. Jet holder thing, I don't know.
Uh-oh.
Sure didn't like that. So this is a 76 and a 2.22 and a Bing 15 with the stock needle at the second from the bottom. So we'll see how this does. Previous setup was a 74 on a 2.17, same needle setting, and it was dog rich, not idling at all. So hopefully this is better. But I have no idea what the jet holders actually mean, because no one explains that part on the internet, at least nowhere I can find with Google. So here we are. So I believe this is how you kind of affect the idle mixture. Right now I'm at the second from the bottom, which means the needle is higher up. I'm going to go up a notch to the second from the top, which should raise the needle down and result in less fuel at idle or at low slide positions. So we will see how that works. There we go. I'm still running low on ideas at this point. Well, I did a whole bunch of stuff off camera because a couple boxes showed up. I got this Pro Taper handlebar for the mini bike, clear coated raw steel, which I absolutely love. Had to shorten it about 2.5 inches to make it comfortable, but it's a little taller than the old one, which is extremely nice. So this thing is actually starting to feel like a real bike now until I put my legs up and my knees are in my chest. Then on the Pook, I don't remember what all I did, but I got chrome handlebars for it that match the forks. And more importantly, they're not twisted like the old handlebars were, which is a lot nicer. They're straight. I had to shorten these like 3 inches. It was ridiculous. So now all that's left on this is the seat and making it run. I still can't get this bike to idle right. I'm not sure what's going on. I've kind of been following everyone's suggestions as far as jetting. I think I've got like a 217 atomizer and a 68 jet now with the needle on the second setting. And it runs phenomenally, it just will not idle correctly. So I need to look into that a bit. I did go and fill it up with gas. It's got 91 in it now. And since that wasn't a bunch of unknown, potentially way too richly oil mixed gas that was sitting in my garage, it doesn't smoke as much, which is great. I also tidied up all the cables here. This is how they're supposed to be, zip tied up under the tank, so there's not a whole bunch of stuff dangling around, which is wonderful. So yeah, seat. I'm unsure what to do here. The seat pan is trash, so I'll have to buy something no matter what. The only question is, do I get a stock seat or do I get a seat pan and then reupholster it? I kind of want a white seat to match the tank, but there's a $100 factory seat on eBay and I might just go with that because it's cheaper.
You should do a banana seat.
Banana seat? Get like
Yes.
some sissy bars that go
Yes.
right up. Even more chrome on this thing.
I'm here for it.
We'll see. Leave a comment with what you think I should get. Time for libations. Thanks for watching.